Hey, it's the Minecrafty Carpenter, and we are back again. First things first, I'm going to fly over to the end to repair all the tools we wore down in the last episode, building all those ridiculous farms like the gold farm, the ridiculously overpowered froglight farm, our first attempt at a wither skull farm, which leads to defeating 28 withers, so we can get our beacons to completely landscape the island out front of our flour mills. We built a bridge across from the flour mills to the island, completely finished the landscaping around the flour mills and the windmill, and built the water wheels and chutes to power the flour mills. And here we are, and it looks fantastic, but enough admiring this. It's time to get back to work. So first thing, I'm going to head to our end portal and repair all the tools at the Enderman farm. So I'm thinking this time I'm going to start with the negative space at the flour mills and see if we can fill that in with a park or something like that. So I'm going to head over to the Enderman farm. We'll get all our tools up to snuff and get back to work. But first, oh, the beautiful sounds of the Enderman. I always turn the volume way down when I'm doing this kind of stuff, but now it's been 4 or 5 times. I'm getting kind of used to it. So I'm going to let you enjoy this Star Wars-esque lightsaber fight, and I will see you in a moment. Alright, just give me a moment and I will finish healing up these tools and I will be right back. Alright, tools are all healed up. Love this farm for that. It is time to head home and get to work. Yep. Even after 6,000 days, I still forget to set my spawn point when I go to the end. We are all the way back to where all this began. There's 15 minutes you don't need to see, so we made it back. The tools are fixed, and it is time to see what we are going to be doing. So I think I want to fill in this neutral space over here around the flour mill. It's kind of a negative space right now, big empty space. I think I want to do a park and bring kind of a path kind of down the mountain and out through the aqueduct, and then bring it down and kind of wind it along the mountain, wind it along the beach, and see where that leads us and what we come up with. On this side, I have had the idea to do a beehive for a long time, so let's take a look at this little area over here by the Trading Hall Library, which was the second build in this space. The storage was the first, this was the second. Alright, now this space used to have the wheat field that I moved over there, and now I'm thinking it'd be a perfect spot for an apiary and bee farms, but we'll see. Let's start over at the park. I'll grab the horse and I will meet you over there in a moment. Alright, I'm here, you're here, let's do it. Yeah, that looks so good. So in this little area here, I went back and I put some paths through here, 5 or 6 fire pits or campsites. I have my first attempt at a tent, but I think we'll. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, yep. Okay, let's just head over. That's a sign. Alright, so this is my first attempt at a tent. It's pretty basic, but it'll do the trick. It looks nice. Thought it would fit in the campground to have a little tent in here. Nice, simple, and this is the big fire pit, so we're going to get to work on this. Just lay out the seating so I know where people sit. I think I like the spruce just for the seats, kind of like firewood that never got used. I got tie. No, I already got the tie up set in. So just go ahead and figure out the seating, and I think that looks good. Alright, cut in the path here. I don't want to go too crazy. I definitely want to leave it green. I want a little path over to the wheelbarrow where we'll put the firewood, and I'll just clear out all around the fire pit because that would definitely be worn down. Not sure. Yeah, I wouldn't really come back here. And then the tie up for the horses here. I can do a little bit here if I can manage to actually hit the block I want to hit. And we'll stick with our... Oh yeah. Anybody that goes to this seed, there's been a crazy amount of terraforming. And lots of this is just sitting on 2 blocks. So I'm using the packed mud as like the main path block. I think it looks really nice. The texture of it. And I have so much now that I can even use it as a block under the seat that you'll never see because I made so much for the flour mills. I'm going to go with some rooted dirt and coarse dirt just for a little bit of texture here. And I think I'm going to leave a few of those to just do like the path block with the shovel. I think I'll just add a couple of those after. I like the way this is looking, so definitely want a little bit over to the wheelbarrow. Maybe a couple here. And yeah, and maybe in between the seats. Yeah, people are definitely... Oh, she's laggy. Oh, it's laggy, yep. This may be the last video like this I am able to do. This computer can just not handle it. But that looks nice. I like the way this is looking. So if we get the materials for the wood pile here, I'm gonna put spruce, but I'm also gonna think about it. You really wouldn't use spruce for firewood. It looks nice. I like the block and the way it looks, and it goes with the extinguished campfires really nicely. I might come back and switch this for oak. We'll see. Oak's just something you would actually burn, and I realize this game is not based on reality very much, but even for me it will add to the look. Maybe a couple more up top. And around, maybe one more extinguished campfire. Yeah, that looks nice. And the lantern where we tie up the horses. What am I missing? Maybe a bin? Like, use one of these new pots. Maybe it's a storage, maybe it's garbage, maybe it's for feed for the horses. So just leave that there, and that doesn't work right, half block. That's alright, there's enough detail here already. Alright, let's step back, and I think I like it. Yep, wow, this area is crazy. If you go back to the first video and see what all this looked like, it's amazing, the transformation. I don't like this seat over here though. Yeah, and the lag is real. And there's not even that much happening over here. It's just the oh, that's so good. My computer cannot run the game and record. But we will press on. So this is all done. I'm going to go over and finish retexturing the roads. Alright, so I've done these roads in sections over time, and this is how it started, and I've redone lots of it, but I don't have the gravel or concrete powder in any of the roads anymore. I just felt like it looked too busy, none of the acacia wood, so I'm going to go back through here and get rid of all this and retexture this section, I think, all the way to the cul-de-sac down here at the flour mills and all the way out to the windmill. I'll do that and I will be right back. Okay, that feels better. Every time I ran down this little section of road, I was just like, nope, that's not right. Done all the way out there, all the way back to the barn, all the way over the flour mill. This whole park area is looking fantastic. You can see our tent in there and our campfire. Another campsite over there. We'll do a proper tour, walking tour of the park at the end of the video so we can see all the details in there, but it is turning out really nice with the path connecting the flour mills all the way to the barn. Really finishes the area off nice. I think this area is completely done and it is awesome. Time to head over to the beehive. So I know I described some kind of geodesic dome in this area, but we'll fly over and take a look. And this isn't just going to be some pretty beehive apiary. I'm going to put honeycomb and honey farms in here and make it a functional farm, because the amount of copper I use, I'm running out of wax. So this is the general area here. I'm going to lay something out here in slime and then come back and get you and see what we think. Alright, this is what I'm kind of thinking. I like this dome here. It's going to be a big glass dome. I'll have wood on the inside and maybe some other material on the outside here. I don't really know yet. We'll find out when we get into it. I'm not even sure that I like the size yet. Let's get inside and see if we can feel it, because I want a couple of trees in here too. It might be big enough, and once we get it cleared out and get rid of a few of these trees, it might actually fit quite nicely. So I'm going to get started, figure out some materials, figure out the shape, and I will bring, I love that building, I will bring you guys back in when I got something to show you. Alright, that looks interesting. It's growing on me. I'm not quite sure. I think it's what I'm going for, but I seem to have this weird thing in the middle of builds where I'm like, that is not going to turn out nice. So we'll see how it goes, because I felt that way about every other build, and they've all turned out great. So let's keep going, and the next step for me is to set up a beacon in the mountain. Alright, I already got the beacon in. We are set. Put haste 2 on here. And I think I'm at the level right now where this is going to be excavated too. We'll see. We got kind of an underground cave right here beside the apiary. And I don't know how much of this I'm going to have to remove. I'm going to find out. I'm down to 1 piece of steak. And there's a lot of work ahead. So I'm going to fly back to the house, grab some steak and some other supplies, so we can remove a big part of this mountain. Now, I don't know how this is going to end up blending into the mountain, but we'll see as we go. Any chickens? We'll see as we go. I never really know how things are going to work out until they're already done, so I'm just going to finish putting all these materials away so we can start fresh. Kind of gives you a little more tour of the storage area here. This is the overflow, which I filled up with stone, cobblestone, and dirt for the moment, because I've been doing so much landscaping. And I'm gonna grab some shulkers for the material from the mountain. Now let's grab a couple more. Make sure we have enough, that way we don't have to come back. Our beacon is set up, our helpers are coming, and we can take down the... Nope, forgot the steak. The thing I came back here for is the thing I forgot. Grab a stack. I am going to need to get some more steak very soon. I do like the carrots, but using a horse all the time, the horse gets real annoying when you have golden carrots on you all the time, so I found myself switching to steak, and I like how long it lasts. Wait, I want to grab the shulker with all the tools. We're probably going to go through a few here on the mountainside. Now that we got them all shined up and full durability, just put the slime away. Yeah, a shulker just from that little excavation I did. That's why I grabbed so many here. Alright, so I'm going to hop up, and I am going to try and ignore the creepy zombie sounds while we climb up here, and I think I'm going to just sculpt this mountain down and maybe just cut it off here. I'm going to get to work on that while you enjoy the wonderful music in this time lapse. I wonder if there's going to be a time when health and safety doesn't show up to one of my projects. Anyways, this is looking awesome. I need to kind of figure out the shape here that we're going to go around the apiary with. We got the water flowing into the river here. That looks nice. The waterfall needs some work, so I'll keep working on that. But I'm going to try and start to carve out the mountain to fit the blend the apiary in. I'm going to get the inside of the apiary roughed in shape wise, and you are going to enjoy all that in a time lapse. Alright, that's taking shape. I think I'm starting to like it. Got a whole patio tied in, stepped up 2 levels, which kind of separates it and elevates it away. I think that looks really nice. I like the same stone, and then we kind of tied it in with the rest of the stuff we've been doing with the black stone and the copper. Got this space all cleaned out, definitely big enough. Although once you fill it, it probably won't feel so big, so still have lots of work to do in here, but at least I can see it now. We're going to put in farms on each side of these walls, kind of stretching along, and fill in the rest with flowers and a nice little path. We'll have another 2 farms up higher, probably for honey. The bottom 2 will probably be for honeycomb. So I'm going to hop on the noble steed. We will go back to storage, and I will put on a, what else do I need? I'm going to put on an iCraft MC video and let him guide us. Still don't know how I'm going to finish that, but I like the look. I like the black glass set in there. Definitely like the shape. And let iCraft MC guide me through the bee farm process so that I build this correctly in the first try. Now I looked at the materials list, so I'm just going to grab some shulkers. It is definitely redstone heavy. I think there's 4 or 5 redstone behind redstone parts, so I'm going to need a lot of that. I'm going to grab all these beehives I've been collecting and saving for just this occasion. I'll have to start breeding them in there. Definitely I'm going to want the honeycomb block as the main building decorative block. Might as well fill shulker right up with that. Alright, now I need to grab the rest of the redstone materials. I'm going to need iron for shears. I have to grab glass for the bottles, and I have very few. Down to my last double chest here. May need to take care of that very shortly. We'll start with 9 and see how far that gets us. Grab 4, 5. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of the materials together for this, and I will meet you over there. Alright, I got everything we need put together. It is a 64 dispensers. That's right, that took a little while. We got all our parts, all our carts, tracks, redstone. We got the beehives and honeycomb block and some other texturing decorative blocks that I don't know if I'll use yet. We'll find out. Amethyst looks like it's kind of a similar shape, like it might go with it. So I'm going to start with this one here. And I think they come out about 5, so it'll take up a big space. And we'll do the other one on the other side there, and then have some stairway up the middle so we can get to the higher 2, and I will meet you back here when I'm done. Well, that was a ridiculous amount of redstone, but we got them in. and it looks really stupid, so let's take a look. But we're not done yet, don't worry, it'll look a lot better than this. Alright, so we ended up with 5. The bottom 2 I set up here with the, all of them have the collection. They're all going to lead to one collection system right now. They're all individual units. I have the bottom ones with shears, and I'm going to fill the top ones with glass here. You can see the ridiculous amount of redstone, but that's okay, we got lots. So I started here, and with all that glass I got one whole dispenser full, which is not much, so I'm going to need to figure that out. These we had enough iron to do all the shears, so we need the bottles for these top 2. That one's shears as well, and it's fine. And I'm going to build some just nice honeycombs kind of into the walls there and into the corner, and kind of texture the wall around the beehives. Once we get these beehives in, go back and do the wood frame on the inside. And I'm going to head back to storage and grab what I need. Alright, we are back at storage. I am going to start gathering. Holy moly. Okay, I do have moss for the ground. Start gathering sand for the bottles, and we are running really low on sand. You can see I already got it started, and this is way too slow. iCraft MC just came out with a new smelter video. I'm going to whip one of those up, and I will see you in a minute. was bull. I did not even see that guy coming, and literally just as I was lighting up the whole space. And it looks like he didn't do too much damage. I was breeding bees. We'll see how many bees suffered the consequences of me not lighting up the apiary fast enough. But let's just rebuild this section so we can continue on. So I'm going to need tracks. I already have the cart, and I don't seem to have any more hives. So I'm going to have to build some hives. Get the track back down. Fill in the floor with, I got lots of stone, let's use stone bricks. We'll fill in the floor here, grab the moss and start filling this in. And actually I did want a path over here, so we might as well do that now. Kinda, you know, fading into nothing over at the beehives. Something like this. Oh, one more out. Alright, I like that. That will do. Really like the texture of the moss over the grass, especially when you're playing vanilla. It has a lot nicer texture than the grass does. And we will rebuild my honeycomb that I had been working on for the last couple of hours that the creeper destroyed in a matter of seconds. And I saw my apprentice took a lot of damage there, so we'll just whip up 4 more. I need at least 4 more. I only have 1 left. I'll have to craft up a whole bunch more. Like I was saying though, that's why I'm not just building a pretty little apiary, it's actually the bee farm, because I am really going through honeycomb, and the crafting table is inside. Alright, just craft up some beehives, get that back in place. Hopefully the creeper explosion didn't kill too many, because I just started getting a good amount of bees in here. I don't quite remember how this went, but also that seems to be okay too. Whenever I need to take something down or something like this happens, it always seems to turn out just as good, if not better, than I originally had it. So I definitely had something coming down here like that. Alright, I'll put the, and I gotta grab more. Put the moss in here. Yeah, I'll have to grab some more of those. We'll just finish this path up. So I'm going to finish this path up, finish up the rest of the details, and then we will take a tour. is coming along much better. Remember, I was standing on the roof. I was like, I don't know if I like it. I like it now. It's coming along. You just gotta keep working on it. So let's take a look here. And it's the details, the little things, and the time. Oh yeah, this is getting cool. I am enjoying this. Alright, so I've gone back and I've done all the wood structures, except for this last one. Alright, might as well do that. Well, I notice it, or I may forget. So I kind of just wanted to buff up the structure a little, especially around the straight sections. So I have a double dark oak stripped beam going up. And is it lower? No, all at the same height. Just gives it a little more, yeah, just gives it a little more depth, allows me to add a little shape to the longer straight sections. That's a cool sound too. That's right, that'll go through its process and be green again before we know it. And 2 left and 1, and I am 1 short. How does that happen? That's okay. We have everything right here. I'll just go grab a stack. And even though I only need 1 more, I think, I'm going to grab more, so I'm ready. And see if we can reach that. Perfect. Yeah, I like that. How it brings it in rather than being flush and on top for those sections. And then we are going to do something very similar to the flour mills. We'll do the frog lights. And this is a much taller section. I like the slab there. I'll make sure the steel's going the right way. And since these walls are so much taller, I'm going to do a double trap door coming down. I like the look of that. We're going to stick with the mangrove trap doors, kind of a feature that ties, you know, the community in together. They all have similar features but very different building style. And I think that's just about that there. I don't think there's any more wood details. Grab trees, bone meal. Yep, that's okay. Everything is right here at our staging area. And oh, the phantoms. They are the most annoying mob ever. They are totally unnecessary. If there's a mod that can take the phantoms out of the game, I would be a-okay with that. Oh, she's struggling again, having a hard time eating bread and recording at the same time. Alright, we got our bone meal. Definitely want a couple of these trees in here. They add a lot of ambiance. And they really do go with beehives. In my opinion anyway. See if we can put one in here. See if it'll grow that close to the wall. Oh, she's struggling. This poor old Mac. Let's see. That looks okay. And I don't think it wants to grow. How much do I want to waste? Alright, let's move it out a little bit and see if that is the issue. That should be okay in the center of the room there. Oh, the lag. Ah, that looks perfect. That looks nice though. Let's see. Oh, the lag is real, but that looks nice. That's filling in the space really nice. Once we get some vines and glowberries coming down off the ceiling, I feel like that whole height will be balanced out. It won't feel too tall. So let's grab sweet berries. I think I want maybe an oak and a birch tree in here as well, just for some variety. But when I record and play Minecraft at the same time, the lag is super real, as you can see here. I either get a new computer or I stop doing Minecraft videos much sooner than I would have liked. Let's put this one in the center off the path because it shoots out differently. And the oak, oh, it depends what kind of oak we get here. I think I like it. Alright, we'll find out. And oh, that was lucky, I think. And yeah, that works out perfect, just off the path. I like the way that works out. Oh, bone meal is much different on moss, right? Okay, I think I'm going to do more planting than bone mealing, and that shot out the side. We will go prune that after. But I think it is time to fill this apiary up with a whole bunch of plants and flowers. So let's do that. That looks awesome. Alright, I'm just gonna hop up and do a little bit of decorating of the ceiling. Hop up and set the glow berries so they're glowing while we're doing some of the other stuff. And we'll get one up here, here, here. And that should be alright. That is going to grow in and look awesome. I think it's about time to get to work on blending the outside in with the rest of the building. I'm going to go ahead and do that, which would be super boring to watch live, so I am going to time-lapse that and let you enjoy the show. See you after.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a lot more fun to watch in the time lapse. And it is looking awesome. It is coming together. Let's take a little stroll down here. Got a little couch. Gotta wait till that oxidizes a little farther. Got some trees. And it is that time once again to clean up the staging area. Always exciting. And this time I feel like it's going to be a little easier to put everything away. There's no horse for the shulkers to be hiding behind, and I am getting pretty used to the pattern I put them away in the ender chest. So we'll go... what? Alright, I spoke too soon. Why is there two... okay, that's super weird. Although the game did do something super weird. It didn't crash, but it... when I record and play, it did something weird, and now I seem to have replicated a chest somehow. And I will figure that out when we go put everything in storage. Everything, yeah, okay, everything else fits. Everything else is fine. And we will figure out that other green shulker in a moment. And Silky is running out of stamina. I think I'm going to need to go repair the tools again, but look at this now. Right? How good is this from where we started? Grab our trusty steed here. Yeah, that's why I had to grab bread so you don't bug me, buddy. But this is looking awesome. I think I'm going to just let it oxidize to what it has. I think I really like this green. Everything is really looking nice. It'll be fun to get a tour at the end. Alright, let's get everything organized here. Get everything put away. I think I'm going to take a little bit of time before we move over to the island to get everything, all the shulkers in the ender chest filled back up. But let's take a look at this and see what happened. Okay, so there's more in this. 53 moss, carpet, and 61 moss. That one has less. So at some point it replicated that shulker and everything in it. And then I used it. That is super weird. I have never seen that. I wish it replicated one with all the tools or the potions. But that's okay too. Let's get this stuff tidied and put away. Get nice and organized again. And I think I am going to have to go fix the tools. So we'll have to take another trip to the Enderman farm. And if we're going to go to the Enderman farm, I am also going to use the, yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm going to take this and repair these. We might as well run the duper because I need more sand. I need way more bottles for the farms. For the honey and honeycomb farm over there. So we'll just grab maybe, I think I need to fill my inventory. Just grab, leave one space anyways, that'll make the Enderman farm easy. And I think I have it set with 2 or 3 of orange sand, 2 or 3 of the white sand. That should be fine, and then concrete powder. Almost 1,500 animals bred. Damage taken. Distance by elytra. Holy moly. 5,000 interactions with the crafting table. 15 days? That is nuts. Maybe I shouldn't have looked at that. I think it's like day 565. That's 5,565. It's crazy. Alright, let's head over to the duper, repair some tools, and restock sand and concrete powder. That's always fun. I like it. I know I said I would repair this, and I may get to it after going back and fixing the road texturing. That I believe I may actually do it. Just flip this on. Make sure the chunk loader is chunk loading. Turn on the duper. Make sure it is duping. That is quite the contraption. Duper duping, chunk loader chunk loading, and it is time to hop to the end. Every time I hop in here, I think I'm going to be staring eye to eye with a friggin' Enderman. So far, so good. And with the elytra on, it's like very scary. Alright, I'm going to set the shulkers up so I can fill them all up with ease. Let the duper dupe and AFK for a little bit. Might as well do a little repairing while we're in the end. And the duper is duping. Not many to fix, but while we're over here, seems like it's worth it. Oh, the sweet sounds of the Enderman farm. Alright, I'm going to get to it, and I will be right back. Oh shit. Oh yep. This is not good. Oh, this is not good. Oh, I can barely record and play the game, let alone record, play the game, stand at the Enderman farm, and run the duper. This is a bad idea. Oh, it's getting bad. 1 frame every 2 seconds. Okay. This might take me a while. For you it'll be nothing, but I am going to pray I can get out of this. I will see you if I get out. Well, I'm back. I got out. I almost lost the world. It took me about 17 minutes at 1 frame every 5 seconds. But we're back. Let's empty our inventory so we can get back to it. Now I know better. Time for a new computer. Let's unload our goodies. Alright, and I think that's about it. Black in. Does anybody else do this? This is how I load my storage system when I got a lot to load. That is all that. Alright, put these back. And something, I've had this problem before, and I thought it was because I did a roundish storage system. So hold on. 1, 2, 4, okay. where it kicks the item sorter, it breaks the item sorter and kicks the iron nuggets into the chests. And what I am thinking I'm realizing is that it is actually, I'm going out of render distance and it's not done sorting, and when I come back in it screws it up. So I'm gonna have to watch for that, and I am missing one, but of course. Alright, where are you? Red, yellow, green, yep, there it is, got pushed down. You can always go back together, but it's just, I don't like when things stop working, and I don't understand why. I think I've got that figured out now. I'll make sure that if I'm putting it in the chest for the sorting system, that I stay within the render distance until items are done. Now I only got a couple shulkers of sand. I didn't have nearly as much in the duper as I thought. So I'll put these in, make sure I stay till this is done. I'm going to have to go back and switch all, I don't need any more concrete powder or gravel, so I'm going to have to go back and switch everything in the duper over to orange sand and white sand, because I still need way more bottles for the honey farm. So I'm going to grab a whole bunch of shulkers again and make this trip a little quicker, I hope. Alright, well, this is just part of the process, right? When you're not in creative and you have to go collect materials, this is how it goes. So I'm going to head over there and I will see you once we arrive. Alright. So I have yellow sand, white sand, orange sand. I'm going to swap all these out here. I'm pretty sure I can do this without issue. These machines seem sensitive, like I don't want to mess with it because it's gonna break or something, but we'll I got no choice right now. If I need to rebuild it, I'll rebuild it. Place these last couple. Alright, that should be everything switched over. Set spawn this time so we don't end up all the way back at this seed. I think everything's ready. Make sure the chunk loader's chunk loading again. Turn the machine on again. And it looks like it's working. Only one way to find out. Alright, there we go. Sand and sand. That's what I like to see. Alright, I'm going to do the process all over again. Throw these down. Alright, and I'm going to AFK. And we're back. And we have all the sand we could possibly need for all the bottles, I imagine. That should do. I am going to get the smelter smelting while I'm putting away the rest of the sand. Got about 16 or 17 shulkers. If that doesn't do, I don't care. And coal, this is using so much coal. I know it fills all the hoppers and the furnaces, but I think I'm going to start using lava. Lava's everywhere. Craft some buckets and replace that. I also am definitely going to move this back 4 or 5 blocks. It's not hard to build. I'll just take it down 1/2 at a time and move it back 5 blocks, build a little nicer space. Don't like it being so cramped at the front here. This auto smelter is awesome. I don't know why I never built one before, but thank you, iCraft MC. Very helpful, my friend. My Canadian friend. Alright, so I'm gonna get to this. Shulker by shulker. Super fun, I know. That should be just about it there. That actually feels better. I've been waiting a while to replace all the concrete powder in the duper. I really don't use concrete or concrete powder very often, other than maybe a texture to black out a window. But sand. Look into my eyeballs. Sand is very useful. Right? Right. Right? Right. Alright. All bottles have been crafted. I'm going to leave those till the end when we do the tour and we can fill up the last dispensers. I have chest after chest after chest of glass now, and about 3 double chests of each kind of sand, so we are all good. I also went through all the tools and shulkers in my ender chest and restocked all of them, so everything is almost as full as it can be, with the exception of the trees. I don't have saplings like I would like, so we get to go over to the tree farm, which really hasn't been seen other than in the background, my little makeshift tree farm, and we are going to harvest all the trees that are there, maybe plant them once more, harvest them again, and then I'm going to move the tree farm, because this village is really, oh yeah, that's really, I love it now. This village is really expanding, and I think I'm going to move it over to over this mountain where my iron farm and mob farm are, which we also haven't seen. See the flour mills off in the distance, awesome windmill, and behind this windmill the wood farm. So maybe next time we'll go over and rebuild it. Obviously I won't need wood for a little while because we're going to double harvest this. I just made this up. I'm sure lots of people have lots of different versions of tree farms. I like harvesting them. Just have water to collect them, but the jungle and mangrove trees do not work in my little farm here. The mangrove roots shoot down into the water and disrupt all the water and the flow into the chest here, and the jungle trees don't grow tight together, so those two are out here. I also come and shear the vines out here for mossy cobblestone and mossy brick. You see I got scaffold up each side. Each one is 32 blocks long by 2 wide, so it'll take a full stack. Just need to reset spawn here. Alright, so we have every kind here. I set this up not too long after I got here, and we use so much wood, and I didn't want one of the big TNT farms, so this is, I enjoy actually like logging. So I'm going to dark oak is definitely the second most used wood for me, spruce being the most used, and I need my hoe so I get more saplings. There we go, and you'll be able to see how I harvest wood anyways. Nobody wants to watch me harvest all these trees live, so I am going to get to work and kick you over to watch a few hours work in about 2 minutes. Practice worm and enjoy. that's that. There, you can get a good look at the farm now and what it looks like. I wanted to put down just one row of the mangrove trees because I'm using it so much, but we're going to move it over on the other side of the mountain there. I can come back and get those there, mangrove at some point, and I don't even know when I'll clean up the farm. I'll just leave it here for now, and at least we'll have the new farm set up for when we need it. And who knows what'll be built over here. So it's time to clean up. You can see my tools, that did take a little bit of wear and tear on the tools. Where is my horse? Really need to tie up everywhere for the horse. And if I have carrots, he's right in my face. Yep, there you are. Not too far. That's nice. Stayed close for a few hours. I think I've already been to the Enderman farm a few times, and it's not that many tools. So I think I'm just going to go into the library trading hall. Is that growing on me? I don't know how I feel about the waterfall yet. Still need some work. I'm gonna go over to the trading hall here, and I think I'm just gonna trade iron to repair the 2 or 3 tools that I need to repair. I need emeralds anyways. I don't have a raid farm or anything. I don't need emeralds for much either. And we'll get to look around. So this is my grand library trading hall. Love this build. Love this as a center point here. Super beautiful, super functional. Got everything I need in here to trade and repair tools as well. Start with these guys over here, and it doesn't take long, especially shears. They repair very quickly. Yeah. And I do need to buy some supplies from some of the villagers. Yeah, this will just take me another day and I'll have all the tools repaired. There's the bottom of each of the towers. Finish up here and we will head out and get organized again. Alright, I am all stocked up. I love this arch. This is the first place I did the mangrove over the frog lights, and I like it. Alright, let's head back inside and put away the couple of things that I bought to help repair the tools. Can't get enough redstone, that's for sure. And we will start getting... Man, I need steak. We will start getting organized for the island. So I said I had lots of ideas for the island, and I certainly do. Now that we have all our shulkers loaded, I'll just put away these last few things, and we are going to move everything over to the island and get started and see how far we can get in this episode. It is huge. It's as big as the village, so I don't know how far we'll get. First things first, we'll get all this wood put away, and then we can head off. Alright, you know what that means. It is island time. Just going to make sure, throw those saplings over there for now, grab our ender chest, and we are going to go get set up on the island. I don't think everything is organized. Every shulker seems full. I think we are ready to head over to the island. And let's grab everything we need here. We have Cat, we have our assistant, we have Horse over here who we need to grab. And I think I want to ride through the village just so we can have a look. fantastic. Oh, I can't wait to see how the island's going to turn out. Although it's huge. It'll be project by project by project. I think I'm going to start with maybe riding into the sunset. I'm going to start with I want to make sure it matches everything we did over here at the flour mills, because that looks awesome, and it's all one village, right? It doesn't have to be built at the same time, but there's a similar theme. I'm going to tie our noble steed up here so it doesn't frustrate me by getting in the way constantly or running off. And I think we're going to climb up so we can take a look around before we get going. So definitely have a style. I don't know what to call it. And we want to kind of match it out here on the island. So I think I'm going to go with some version of the black stone retaining wall and the building style of the flour mills and gardens over here. So gonna put a lighthouse in the center and try and figure out some kind of shape here. I think maybe like a dry dock over here where the building ships and match the water level so it can flow over here. So it's an island with a couple locks in it to let the ships come out. And then I think the road's gonna wind out that way, but we'll see. I don't really know till I get there. And then this is definitely going to have a road connecting off, and that is going to be the huge future project, which I will call the Great Wall. But we will find out when we get there. Right now, let me give this rough island a little shape. Well, that went well. It was huge and took hours and hours, but it looks pretty good. So let's go over it. So we got the flour mills here, which started it all. The path that comes down from the aqueduct way over there from the mountain. Come across the bridge, and then we are here. So I have the outline of a retaining wall, I guess, and it goes all the way around, and this is all at one level here. And then in the middle is our lighthouse, or will be our lighthouse, and then I have a couple other buildings laid out here on this main level, and then a lower retaining wall which leads all the way around the lower part of the island and stops in here. And these friggin' phantoms, man, I guess this is what I get for working all night. Thankfully I have feather falling, and it is not a big deal other than they are super annoying. So we will climb back up here to have a look around again. It's too bad the cat can't teleport like onto the scaffolding under me and keep them away. Does a pretty good job the rest of the time. And nope, we're taking a flying tour. Flying tour it is. So this is the beginning of the Great Wall, and it's going to lead off this way. And that project will continue forever. Fly over this way. We have our two towers in front of our dry dock here. I'm landing in what I believe will be the church. We'll go through here, and we got some of the goodies we collected from our excavation of the island. And I'm just going to make this easy. I'm going to, nope, leave the cat here. And I'm going to tie up the allay. Mr. Apprentice, come here. I'm going to put him here so that I'm not constantly losing them. Because if you fly, they don't keep up. They don't seem to teleport. So let's go back to the base and get organized. Alright, we are coming back to the main base, the main storage. I'm going to tie up Noble Steed here. And we are going to get ready to get to work on the retaining wall. So I'm going to put in some iron beacons, 3 of them. They are going to be staying. So we don't need the gold for these because they're going to be permanent. We're going to need some food. I like to just be able to work and not have to stop, so I'm going to try and get everything as organized as I can here. So one of the beacons is going to be under the lighthouse, and man, I'm running low on copper. I'm going to have to go on a mining trip. Probably do that off camera because that will not be super exciting. And the other 2 I'll space out 70 blocks away because I'm going to build the big beacons, and no point using that for this little stack. And I'll make sure that these furnaces end up in that room when I redo the super smelter. Yeah, so I'm going to do the 9 block beacon so that anywhere on the island I have everything that I have haste anywhere where I'm doing work on the island. So that should be enough for those. What else I need? A whole bunch of shulkers for the retaining wall material, which I think I'm going to do in deep slate. And I think that will really be my main goal for the rest of this video, is to establish the shape, size, height, style of the retaining wall and the island overall. So I'm going to fill up 5 or 6 of the shulkers with the deep slate because I like the continuity of the deep slate for the retaining walls. Alright, that should about do. And if not, I'm going to actually need to head down and get more blackstone, which is something else that I haven't shown in any of the videos, is our underground subway that is under construction. I have some mining equipment under the mountain where the beacon shines through, and that is where I was getting all my deep slate and diamonds, all that stuff. I have quite a tunnel And because we're at the mountains, I managed to find 2 ancient cities as well. And I have warden spawning turned off. I'm not interested in fighting the warden. Like I said, I'm here for the building, not for the PvP, because I suck. But I am a good builder, so that is what I really enjoy about this game. And Swift Sneak is an awesome enchantment to build with. Let's head over to the first spot here and get this iron beacon. Now this one I may actually move, we'll see. But the other 2 I'm sure are in the right place. And that will do that. Put on a little haste 2 and regeneration, and 1 of 3 complete. Let's fly over. Man, this is a big spot. Definitely need to be flying. Even the horse is a little slow moving back and forth, and I've created a tiny little mob farm. Bye-bye, my friend. Thanks for visiting. Alright, let's set this one up. And there we go. And haste 2. That is exactly what we want. And that should be good. I already have that middle one set up. Alright, now it is time to get things organized for the retaining walls, which is, I imagine it's going to be hours and hours of retaining walls ahead. So let's start over. There's health and safety. Yep, these friggin' guys always showing up. And I'm not interested in going through that. Last time I fought them, they killed every librarian I had, and I'm still getting the librarians back because apparently they can open doors, even iron doors. Thanks, health and safety. Bye guys, have fun. Alright, so I'm going to start over here and I'm going to work my way around, and we're going to get all this terrain excavated and all the retaining walls in place. This is going to be epic. Enjoy.
Next level. Next level.
Alright, as the sun rises, this is it, our final walkthrough. That is hours and hours and hours, and it's amazing what was done. It looks really good. So alright, let's go through this here. So we started way over there, we got the road that comes through. This will be a church, I think. We got our retaining walls all the way around here. Lighthouse in the middle. Then we have a couple more buildings. You'll see numbers in them. That's so I know my reference images. This building will go down on that lower part. I think I want a bigger gap though here. I might move it out. And the church definitely will have more shape, but it's good layout. I think I like the space. Maybe a couple towers on the inside and outside of each of these corners. And then we have our dry dock with our locks coming down here. We'll bring the water level all the way around. I have to look up some references for a dry dock, an ancient dry dock, so I can see how they did that with the locks that go across here. And I don't know what these towers will look like yet. I don't really have images for those. We got the retaining walls wrapping all the way in and meeting the mountain over here with building 5, which I think will be like a stable for the animals that are used to transport goods on the Great Wall, so they'll have a place for food and store their animals over there. And when we wrap around, I came in and got 2 stairways going down to that lower level. I got a main stairway going down there, a smaller one to the side over here. And I have a couple smaller buildings tucked in the corners, 2 bigger storage buildings over there, and I think I'll have a couple cranes coming off each corner here, maybe a lower one, and then the towers that will lead out to the Great Wall. And it's like the Great Wall of China, but there's more to it, and we'll get into that in the next couple videos. Coming back over here, it'll go off and the Great Wall kind of run into this point in between the dry docks and then head off into the mountains over that way, and I have no idea which way that'll lead. And it'll tie into the existing wall that we have up there. Let's take a closer look, and thank goodness I used slime because I did not have my wings on. Let's fix that right away and take a look. We have the ocean right in front of us, which is awesome. Lots of natural edges and the hard edges of the retaining wall wrapping all the way around. My goodness, this is huge. I just went through and excavated all this 5 blocks deep. A little more realistic, looks a little nicer. Show you my little underground storage area here. So I'm going to replace that beacon, but I have dirt blocks and then stone, and I didn't want to fly back to base every time, and 3 more over here with those 3 corresponding blocks. I didn't want to fly back to base every time, and I also didn't want to lose them, so this is the first time I put a storage in place somewhere like that. So I'm going to pick up all the goodies that we got from excavating and building the retaining walls. These 5 are completely empty. They had the deep slate in them, and we have 1 shulker left of deep slate. We'll bring those back to our storage, but we'll take a tour of the park and the apiary beehive on the way back. And while we're on the way back, it seems like a good time to talk about the plans out here. So the Great Wall may actually, yeah, this is a crazy area. I gotta get rid of that tree. The Great Wall is more like a highway to me. Hold on, just wanna one more look here. This is so, I love this little horse tie up, this little landing area. It's more like a highway, like a protective highway. We'll head over to the beehive after. Man, this looks so good. It's very inspiring for me to get started on the island now. More like a highway, and it's going to extend all around. Like the Great Wall, and it'll be a highway maybe connecting different areas. And it's just a very exciting project to keep things going. I'm really excited to work on the island and all this. Let's see if the horse just follows me without being annoying with the carrots. So this is the campsite right outside the flour mills. I like the jungle pressure plates to cover the frog lights. Lights up the whole area. This area looks amazing at night. I managed to keep that oak tree and the aqueduct, the thing that kind of led to everything over here. All this creation, I moved this fence out. It was over here for the turtles, and I put it across the aqueduct. Give them a little more space if you have managed to escape though, but I'm going to be extending that waterway over there. I'm going to go back and breed bees. You can see that beehive is empty there. We have our stacks of firewood, which I believe I will switch to oak, and the horse is a special kind of horse when you have golden carrots. We head down along the mountain and come out to the beach, and there's some turtle eggs. Those will be hatching soon. I have my little bee breeder, which I will be making much bigger to get all the to get all the hives I want full of bees. Bees really add life to vanilla Minecraft when there's not much moving. It's not like Create, right? And we're back to our main camping area. We got another campfire here beside our first tent. Got some storage in here. I pulled the bed out temporarily to put in the bee breeder. And I like the way that worked out. I think I might try a few more. See if I can come up with something a little more me than such a standard design. And this is the big main fire pit that we did together here. With the wood over here, which I will switch out. And this little beach area is just, it's become something so beautiful. I got a little chest over here with my turtle supplies. Made my first turtle helmet. I'll be spending a lot of time in that little bee breeder, but this area is amazing. I love this area. It came out so well, and if you're able to see the seed, what it looked like before, it's amazing the transformation that's happened here. Alright, let's take a short ride past the stables and our sheep farm, past the wheat farm, and going past the villager housing on the left, over the bridge, and we are going to come up on the apiary here. Like how this is tied in, the paths are the same here, but it's elevated, so it gives it a little bit of separate. I got the beehives and bee nests here. Bring them to life. I'm going to put a little something in the middle of here. I'm not quite sure what. Maybe a tiny water feature? I don't know. And then when we work our way up the back side of the apiary, this area has really come together. I'm starting to really like the waterfall, and I put glowberries behind here in a whole bunch of spots. Really brings it to life. And a little bit of bone meal never hurt anything. Bring the water to life. Still have that couch oxidizing. I'll come back and wax that when it's ready. And this, for such a simple shape, this thing looks amazing. More than enough detail, more than enough shape. And like I said in the middle of it, I don't know if I like it, now I love it, so it always works out. So let's go grab the bottles from storage and we'll take a tour of the beehive. Alright, and just run to the back, grab our 2 shulkers that are full of bottles that have been waiting for days. And we will go take a tour of the apiary, which is absolutely amazing inside. If you're inside it, or when you're inside it, when it switches from night to day, when all the bees pop out, the sound is crazy and the visual is absolutely crazy. I'm just going to set these down. I can deal with these after. And the sun is setting. And we need to, I still haven't come up with anything here. There's definitely going to be something there. But I'm focused on the island. I don't know what is going to come up there, but I would like to finish this area. And definitely go back and get a better tour of that building. It's such an awesome main library trading hall. Alright, we'll wrap up around the steps first. And I don't even know where this came from. Just once you start, things kind of reveal themselves. I really like the way this worked out in the same style as over at the flour mills. Obviously it's the same village. A good time to come up. So I wanted to keep a similar style, right? You're not going to have deep slate retaining walls in one part and then a different kind of retaining wall in another part, unless it's like a feature of that building. And this Mountain Valley village is looking so good. And it's a cool view from up here that you can walk all the way up and come stand on the roof. Looks so good. Let's just hop down and get inside and take a look. It's quiet now. There's only a few bees out, but when this place is buzzing during the daytime, it is amazing space to be in, and this all turned out so well. A few honeycombs escaped. I put these trap doors because most of the honeycomb and bottles flew right out and would not be picked up, but now only a few seem to not stay in their space. So it helps the collection system. I don't want glass over it like in the farm, and there's our creeper spot. Added a beehive up there. All the wood details, the lights. No more creepers spawning in here. All the different flowers. Went back and trimmed that oak. This is all looking amazing. It's, you know, it's like what I had in my head, but it's not quite. It's just even better than the picture I saw in my head. In the bee farm, they have glass over the front, right? So that the drops don't come out, but I don't want that all closed off. I want the bees to come out and play in their giant apiary. We got this honeycomb nest up here with the honey dripping from it, and the glowberries have all come in. I have to go back and string and clip some of these vines. These ones are bottles up here. We're going to fill this up and see how far 2 shulkers of bottles gets us. Because there's 9 stacks in each one, which means each shulker can do 3. These are all done down here. These are all shears. And I have everything connected up to a central collection system now, just something nice and simple so they're all in the same place. And I like the way this mud brick dirt path looks in here. I like it as a path, same as in the park kind of. So here's our little collection system. That one collects from those 2, that one takes the other 3, brings them in, and it is producing. We don't have bottles in most of them, so there's not many bottles of honey, but the honeycomb is coming in very well. Very good farm. I'll never need to worry about that again. A farm I do need to do is sugar cane, because I am starting to get low on rockets and TNT. Alright, so this might do 27. This will just do this side. I'm gonna need 4 or 5 more shulkers for the other side, unless I got most of this full. That's something I can take care of after anyway, but just to see all the stuff behind the scenes here. It's not just an awesome looking apiary, it's a fully functional farm. Right. So I'll only be able to fill up 6 of these, because I brought the two shulkers, and I have a lot more than 6 that I need to fill up. I'm glad I made that duper. I can't even imagine trying to go collect all the sand for this. Thank you, iCraft MC, for putting out that video. Perfect timing for me for the super smelter. Because it'd be super slow just standing there trying to turn all this into glass and glass bottles with my old setup. And this should get us all the honey and honey blocks we need. So I got 13 or 14 more. So 5 or 6 shulkers. I'll take care of that after. We'll just come out here. I like the way even that little behind the scenes door worked out just with those steps. One more look here as the moon's rising. See it through the glass. This is an amazing project. I had so much fun. If my computer manages, I'm so excited for starting on the island with the lighthouse, and I hope I can get that out in the next few weeks. Until next time, practice the worm and enjoy.